Que bueno, mi gente, Calix Boxing here. The Jesus Soto Karass versus Yoshihiro Kamegai fight just went off. This is the fight review, and hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. And obviously, I mean, this was a can't miss. This was a perfect matchup. And like I always say, man, it's about the fights, not the fighters so much. And give me a great matchup between two average fighters over a bad matchup between two elite fighters all day. And this once again proves it. And this proves why, we talk about how bad the business of boxing is all the time and what we hate about the business of boxing. Yet this is why we still follow the sport, because the sport, when it's done right, it's a thing of beauty. And this was a thing of beauty tonight. Two guys in a small ring fighting in a phone booth, barely clinching, obeying the Marcus of Queensberry rules. Who would have thought that's possible in today's age where guys are clinching all the time? These guys barely clinched each other, barely stopped fighting, were always throwing punches, and it was a thing of beauty. And whatever these guys were paid, they deserve a raise. And the fight ended in a draw. 97-93 Kamegai, 96-94 Soto Karass, 95-95 Kamegai, and that seemed about right. I mean, it was just a give and take all night. Neither fighter really took possession of the fight. Kamegai, I felt, was doing the better body work, but Soto Karass just kept punching and kept punching and kept punching, and neither fighter took the momentum. It was just a perfect give and take. Even when Kamegai got cut in the second round, never really stopped fighting. Continued with the body shots, and was just a sharper puncher. Was throwing the sharper, shorter punches. However, Soto Karass, like I said, he just kept with the activity and would steal some rounds that way. And this is the type of fight where I don't even score the rounds, so I can't speak on who I felt won. And it just seemed right that it was a draw, and both fighters acknowledged that after the fight, and just after they heard the scorecards, they were like, yeah, and dapped each other up and were smiling, and it was fun. It was just two guys going at it and showing that respect for each other before, during, and after the fight. And like I said, this is the type of fight where I just pop open a beer, don't even score it, and just enjoy. Just enjoy. And I love fights like this. I love 10 rounders between guys who just go in there and let their hands go and keep their hands free and get on the inside and do some inside fighting. And it's not just two uneducated boxers in there, just two brawlers. These guys, they did some technical things in there and kept their hands free and stuck their chins in there and gave the fight fans the fight that they wanted to see. And we need to see more of that in boxing. And we've gotten away from that the past 2 years, especially. This fight reminded me of a fight that you would see a couple years ago and before, to where you'd see fights like this, good matchups on Showbox and Friday Night Fights and HBO Boxing After Dark, and some of these Latin channels, and Fox Sports 1, you'd stumble across fights like this before. But we've gotten away from that in the PBC days these days, where there's a lot of mismatches and just not good matchups anymore. And this reminded me of fights like that, and we don't see too many. There's too many gaps between fights like this now. And this was reminded me of those days where you'd fire up the link, because this was on Ring TV, which you had to stream. And props to them, because none of the American networks picked up this fight. HBO turned it down. So nobody picked it up, so Ring TV decided to stream it for free online. So props to them for giving the fight fans an outlet to watch this fight. And I'd love to see a rematch. It was a draw. I'd love to see a rematch. Give it to them and give them a raise and put it on HBO next. HBO needs to pick up this fight. This would be a perfect fight to pick up for an undercard, or to put on HBO Boxing After Dark. Or Showbox can pick it up, or anybody, man. Somebody pick up this fight, because this is the type of fight that people need to see. So this is stuff we need to see more of. So props to Soto Karass, man. This is the type of fight where you watch it and you're just humbled by what you're seeing, because guys are just taking brutal punishment and they keep going. And this is why boxers are the best athletes in the world. the type of punishment they take. I mean, human beings aren't supposed to do stuff like this. So props to them, props to Soto Karass, props to Kamegai, and hope they got paid well. If not, give them the rematch and pay them better. And great fight. So hopefully they upload this fight on YouTube soon, and I'll put the link down below because it was a great fight. Peace.